My toxic co-workers tried to get me fired, so I've been working at this mid-sized tech company in Austin for about 3 years now. You know the drill: open office space, beanbags, endless coffee refills. Honestly, I thought it was a dream gig when I started. Things were going great until this group of co-workers started making things difficult. Let's call them the mean girl squad though, to be fair. Some guys were involved too. Basically, they treated the office like high school, complete with cliques and whispered insults. I occasionally hung out with them at first, even went to a few happy hours at that packed bar on 6th Street. But soon enough, I noticed they thrived on drama. They'd gossip about people's personal lives, make snarky comments, and always seemed to be scheming. I decided to keep my distance and just focus on my job, which apparently was a huge mistake. Out of nowhere, I started receiving passive-aggressive emails from my manager, hinting at supposed complaints about my work ethic and attitude. It didn't take long to figure out the squad was behind it. They'd even stooped so low as to leave out details in meetings or share wrong info just to trip me up. My confusion must have been apparent because my manager called me into her office one day, asking point blank if I was having issues with stress. I mean, can you imagine? Anyway, turns out they were telling her that I was slacking, missing deadlines, stuff that was complete nonsense. I was on the verge of unraveling when a friend from IT, who I'm going to call Jake, tipped me off. He told me he overheard the squad in the break room plotting to get me in trouble. Without crossing any ethical lines, he made sure to be clear on that. He suggested I keep an eye out for anything weird, and that's when things got interesting. One Friday afternoon, the office was nearly empty since most people left early for the weekend. I stayed back trying to catch up on this monster of a report that was due. I noticed the team lead for the squad, let's call her Tiffany, left her computer unlocked when she went to grab coffee. I wasn't even tempted to snoop. That is until a few minutes later when Jake sent me a direct message that simply read, "Fire's about to start, heads up." Heart racing, I decided to take a quick glance at Tiffany's screen. And there it was, a group chat with the whole squad, discussing how they planned to pin a system error on me the following Monday. I honestly felt like I was in a bad episode of The Office with no Jim to save the day. Feeling both angry and vindicated, I quickly took pictures of the messages with my phone. I knew I had to act fast. I attached the evidence to an email and fired it off to HR with a message explaining everything. I didn't want to wait until Monday to make my move. The next week was a blur. HR called me, and I walked them through the screenshots. They were shocked. Apparently, I wasn't the first person the squad had tried to sabotage, but I was the first to come with actual proof. HR didn't waste time. They called Tiffany and her crew into a meeting, and by the end of the week, they were gone, fired for misconduct. Honestly, it felt like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. The office vibe changed almost overnight. People were more open, friendlier even. And as for me, well, I've stopped sitting by the window waiting for the next metaphorical rock. Also, Jake gets bottomless beers for all the tips he gave me. So, here's my advice. Keep your friends close and your iPhone camera closer.